Assembly Miracle Center, located at 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour all-night prayer every Friday evening, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this ministry deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated and can be sent through the First Citizens Bank, account 795-222, in the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For more information, please call 753-1113. May God richly bless you.
The light of your glory.
Hi there. I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
This is the voice of Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna, for the program Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
It's morning again. Yeah, 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 yeah. People frustrated. It's 2023 and salaries outdated. Leaders of today don't seem too dedicated. A lot of them need to get re-educated. Chugging with the voices on the street that put poverty in defeat. 919 on a morning barriers breaking. There's only facts and truths that we reveal it. Come let me hear the real voices that the shit say. 919 say another day. The voices that the shit say another day. Unbiased, dedicated from the best way. 919 919 say another day. The voices of the street say another day. On my dedicated fam, ya bless my way. Yeah, God give me the strength to go through the day while my soul out on the battlefield 919 working. Build up the picture and off the plane, I'm no joking. The money small but guess who keeps I floating. Another day, another day. Ya bless my way. Yeah, out on the battlefield 919 working. 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 Cancer. Out on the battlefield 919 working.
pleasant good morning to each and everyone, and welcome to this edition of Voices on the Street. I do apologize for the late start, but transportation is used this morning, boy. Wow. I need to get myself a vehicle. So guys, nonetheless, let me thank the Heavenly Father for bringing me here safe, sound, and all together in one piece. A pleasant good morning going out to my entire family. Good morning to the lovely Miss Sharon Felix and her entire family. Good morning to you, all our callers, all our listeners, all our viewers online. For those of you that are always locked on with us, it's always a pleasure to have you guys right here on the inside with us. Let me say good morning going out to my friends and family in Tobago. Good morning, Auntie Pat, morning, Nats. Also saying good morning going out to the management and staff of the Street 919 FM. Good morning to Mr. IWER George and his family, and happy emancipation to each and everyone out there. Yes, we are celebrating our emancipation today. So, at this time, I can briefly open the lines to take a couple of your calls before we go to the break, and then we're going to get into our newspapers for today, Thursday, the 1st of August 2024. It's Emancipation in TNT, guys. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Lord have mercy and compassion. Look with pity upon us. Father, let me call it Father. Never will I sin again. Jesus, Lord, I ask for mercies. Let me not employ in vain all my sins. I now detest them. Never will I sin again. Bruce, I thank God for bringing me to your work this morning.
Yes.
Even though you reach late, you are on the wake-up list. Give God the thanks, the praise, and the glory for his matchless name and mercies towards you. Thank him for your safekeeping and your abiding grace. You and your family. Trinidad and Tobago, the wider world out there, let us continue to hold it faith and continue to pray. Weeping may endure for the night. Always remember, joy cometh in the morning. Once you hold on to the man Christ Jesus, he will never leave you nor forsake you. Thank you very much. You all have a blessed day. Just continue to share the love and a look on and a listen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Caller, good morning.
Well, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Big Brother Bruce, you made it. We give God thanks. And we just have to watch and pray. This is a season to watch and pray.
Yes.
Brother Bruce, I don't want to take long. Permit me a minute. I have to tell you this. I've been listening to you and Sharon, I would think maybe over more than 12 years. And I never dreamed you. But the night or the day that your daddy passed, I get this dream. And if you see the celebration, Bruce, and you is in the middle of it, organizing and setting up. And if you see the colors, so rich, the gold stand out. This big celebration. And then when I put on the television and I see you get the news of things, I say, oh my goodness, this is truly amazing. I never dreamed you, but when your dad passed me, I dreamed you planning this big celebration. So just of any consolation to you, your dad went off with a grand send-off. Okay, he crossed over and he was rewarded and a grand send-off. So, needless No worry. No worry. He is in a great, great place. All right, Brucey?
Yes.
Had to take the little time and tell you that. That's a testimony. All of Trinidad and Tobago, God's blessing, happy emancipation, and let us celebrate. Let us celebrate. We have something to celebrate. Give God all praise, all honor and glory that is due to his name. Trinidad and Tobago, God has good things in store for us. Let us just watch and pray, prayer warriors. God has good things in store for Trinidad and Tobago. And it will prevail in Jesus' name. Amen. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Three 0081 466 5391. Caller, good morning.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Morning, sir. How are you doing?
All right, tall man, you understand how good. I would just tell him morning.
Morning, sir.
Well, boy, again, you offer $10 a day. We could do the paperwork this morning.
I hear you, sir.
$10 a day, you get a Corolla.
I hear you, sir.
Right. Well, I'm glad to hear you this morning. I was now going to call Mr. Neil George.
For what?
To find out who's working.
True. Well, let me go back home and you could call him now. I don't understand that.
Because I had to take your work.
I hear you, sir.
Well, better see strong, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Right, brother?
Have a blessed one, man.
Alhamdulillah.
We're getting ready to go pay some bills. We have probably about 2 minutes, just under 2 minutes. We're going to pay those bills. When we return, we're going to get into our online papers for today, Thursday, the 1st of August, 2024. It's Emancipation in TNT. Happy Emancipation to all. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, my dear. How are you doing?
I'm fine. And how is my deal?
She doing good, man.
Okay, consider like that. So, thank you for coming out today, and I wish you a great emancipation with you and your family.
Same to you.
And God bless you. And Bruce,
Really?
this station, this frequencies of wide range of research, you don't want to hear foolishness about what's going on another station, another frequency. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So we're going to pay those bills. We'll be right back.
The year that triggered the commemoration we witnessed today throughout Trinidad and Tobago, thanking our ancestors for their vigorous fight so we can be free today and our rich African culture. We humbly pay homage. On behalf of the management and staff of the Street 919 FM, we would like to wish you a happy Emancipation Day.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
you just tired of bad news in your communities, TV screens, and newspapers? Well, I have good news for you. Introducing Positive Corner with Naka every Tuesday from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. Highlighting young, vibrant, and future stars spreading our nation's banner across the world. Telling their story about their journey to success and overcoming the negativities that plagues our land. Come, let's sit, discuss, have a few laughs, but at the same time learn something new. Every Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. Positive Corner, where challenges are opportunities for growth.
Oh God, call on the Lord. Call on Him. Pour on us, oh God. Oh God, as we pray, oh
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour all-night prayer every Friday evening, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this ministry deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated and can be sent through the First Citizens Bank, account 795-222, in the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For more information, please call 753-1113. May God richly bless you.
the light of your glory.
Young people of our nation, ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefit of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m., where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310-8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
This is Natural Health Solution, where we offer a range of holistic services. Or HemoView, which is a deep dive into blood detection, both live and dry assessment. Or BioResonance full body assessment, or full body lymphatic detoxification. Or physical therapies include back, neck, and shoulder massage, sciatic nerve compression, and more. Our new beauty line includes both facial, mole and tag removal, and much more. Join us every Tuesday at 8:05 to 8:35 right here on the street 91.9. Call our numbers is 222-2189. That number again is 222-2189.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
So welcome back on the inside. If you're just joining me, you're locked on to the street 919 FM. This is Voices on the Street on this beautiful Emancipation morning here in TNT. We're gonna get into our online papers at this time and see what's happening out there. But before I go a step further to the Trinidad and Tobago team, a 4x400 Olympic relay, congratulations guys, well done, well done. Love it. So, headlines in the Express. Help us earlier. Lone survivor pleads with police commissioner for swift probe into Paria diving tragedy. And happy Emancipation Day. 2 men drowned in Carapo pool. So let's get inside and see what's taking place. So, Top Cop must move swiftly. The lone survivor of the Paria diving tragedy, Christopher Boudram, says while he has been given hope by the advice of the Director of Public Prosecutions to the police commissioner to launch a criminal investigation into the incident, he wants the top cop to move swiftly with the probe. Let's see if I could fix this. Concerns raised as a cop defies court rules. An officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, TTPS, has on more than one occasion refused to comply with court rules relating to screening and firearms, according to the judiciary. In a media release yesterday, the judiciary confirmed an incident which occurred yesterday morning between a police officer and court staff at the Princestown Judicial Complex, where the officer refused to comply with the judiciary's universal screening policy and position on firearms in court buildings. Easy. Focus on stellar Afro-Trinis. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has called for focus on Afro-Trinidadians and Tobagonians who have made outstanding contributions at home and abroad. Stepmom to serve over 4 years in jail. Marcia McLean, who was charged with beating her 4-year-old stepdaughter Janice Figueroa to death in 2016, has been sentenced to more than 4 years in prison. Maduro asks Supreme Court to audit election. President Nicolas Maduro yesterday asked Venezuela's Supreme Court to conduct an audit of the presidential election after opposition leaders disputed his claim of victory. Let me see if there's any more. Of victory, drawing criticism from foreign observers who said the court is too close to the government to produce an independent review. Oh Lord. RRT launches multinational response to Hurricane Beryl. In the wake of Hurricane Beryl, the Rapid Relief Team, RRT, the charitable arm of the Plymouth Brethren Christian Church, mobilized a formidable force of 70 volunteers to provide critical aid and support across several affected regions in the Caribbean. The coordinated effort spanned multiple islands, offering much-needed relief to communities reeling from the Category 5 disaster. Sinanan blames climate change. Minister of Works and Transport Rohan Sinanan assured that there are no drain blockages or issues with pumps in Port of Spain. Yeah, you can't get away from that, especially if that tide is higher. Guys, that is something we need to always take into consideration. If you watch out at the sea and you realize that the tide is high and rain falls, it's going to flood. Archbishop Doughton, Olympic ceremony mocked Christianity. Soca Monarch back for 2025. Oh, it's a question. Ramada tells Paria, give families a figure, not legalism. Mitchell, a domestic matter. Morning. More kids getting neurodengue. Kidnapper jailed, no preliminary inquiry. So these are the stories making way in the Express. We head over to the Newsday. And in the Newsday, a lawsuit over horror conditions at heliport. $1 million for 3 Venezuelan children. IDA, form unit to probe root causes of crime. Killed a man at 14, 20-year-old sentenced to 7 years. Transport Commissioner, licensing officers did not stop ambulance. At least 40 fishermen affected by Cedrus oil spill. Prime Minister, achievements of Afro-Chinese must not be taken for granted. Or what does emancipation mean to you? Scotland in first meeting with TTPS executive. WASA works to affect water supply in North and South Trinidad. Kamala praises African contribution to Trinidad and Tobago. Emancipation Support Committee Chairman, weather can't rain on our parade. Brutal and brutish beating of stepdaughter, 4 more years jail for mom of 2. MSJ praises Emancipation Support Committee's repatriations work. 3 policemen shot in the past 10 days. President continue to fight against injustice. A fashion of our forefathers. Yoruba Drumming Festival Photo Gallery. Flash flooding affects parts of Trinidad. TTT has exclusive Olympics broadcast rights. Vibes Cartel freed after 13 years in prison. Men drunk in Karapo pool while drinking. A day so holy to the people. And these are the stories that are making way in the Newsday. We head over to the Guardian and see what's taking place in the Guardian. So, headlines in the Guardian: no comfort. Okay. Angostura rewards SCA students for success. Angostura has awarded 34 students from 17 schools in the Morvan-Laventil area for their performance in the 2024 secondary entrance assessment exam. Nice. Jamaat rejoins Emancipation Day procession today. Paria driver's widow finds no comfort in a criminal probe. Okay. TTRA to tally workers. Response in sign-on deadline expires. Fans celebrate in the streets as Vibes Cartel freed of murder. Cops probe Obia threats to licensing officers in Tobago. Boy. Fishermen affected by Cedrus oil spill. Severe thunderstorms cause floods across Trinidad. CTTRC chairman criticizes a nationwide dengue plan. Don't understand. Okay. Venezuelans in TNT call for Maduro to step down. Lotto agents want higher commission, upgrades to online system. Prime Minister calls for more education on African heroes. And President urges citizens to emulate resilience of slaves. Taxi driver fined $50,000 for marijuana trafficking. Addict gets 5 years for starting fire in house while smoking crack. Prime Minister calls for greater educational effort in African emancipation message. Vibes Canton freed after court rules against retrial. 4 held, submachine gun and marijuana seized. So these are the stories that are currently making way in the Guardian, the Express and the Newsday at this time. So we always invite you to go there, get the papers of your choice, see what's happening, read up on the stories. So guys, we'll be right back. So welcome back. You're locked onto the Street 919 FM. This is Voices on the Street with Fuad Abubakar and yours truly, Bruce Wayne. Good morning to you, my brother, and how are you? Happy Emancipation to you as well.
Good morning, brother. Good morning, and good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. You're wearing your Street 91.9 FM official wear today, man. Looking good. I try, I think, you know, as Dr. David Mohammed described it, the consciousness, but cosmetic sometimes upon my African wear. I like my prints. I love my African prints. So you would see me ever so often, especially when it's a formal occasion. I dress up with my African wear. I might put it underneath a jacket, you know, to make it even more formal or whatever. Cool. So it's not just cosmetic consciousness. We definitely have to appreciate the contribution of Africa to the world, and by extension, we are another continent, extension of the continent of Africa, because so many of the people from Africa, so many African men and women have made this sphere of the world their home. You know, granted is, you know, the terrible circumstances in which we were brought to this part of the world, but we have still made this our home, and we have been able to make leaps and strides from the position that we were in till where we are now. And I don't want anybody to ever misunderstand what I am about. We have made strides, leaps and bounds, and it is for us now to continue to make those positive forward strides. And a very important part of that is us speaking out, advocating, working hard, right? Working hard to keep going forward. So, blessings this morning. Happy Emancipation. That is a greeting, yes? I'm happy Emancipation. strength, power to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Strength. Let us find common resolve. Let us grow closer together. We are bounded by an appreciation of each other. Some people just mouth it, but among the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we are defined by our appreciation of each other. We are defined by that as a people. That is part of, to me, being Trinbagonian. That appreciation of others, creeds and races. And of course, set in that, to have an appreciation of others, you must have an appreciation of yourself. So I am overwhelmed with joy at the fact that I am African. My heritage, my ancestors would have come from that continent, and it means something. But I'm not lost in that, and that does not carry me to a negative place with my interaction with the wider society and wider humanity. Alright, so we always have to put these things into proper context. And I am happy that we are where we are in terms of being out of slavery, emancipation, out of that chattel slavery. But of course we have a deep and profound understanding that that is not the only form of slavery, and we must continue to struggle and strive so that we are further liberated and that our children are intelligent and are wise enough to understand so that they are never pushed back into that position of slavery. So that's the intro. Blessings to everybody. It's always a pleasure to be here. I listening to the news you're reading, Bruce, and not to go into the content, but I realized on the station you just read news from all three newspapers, which is interesting. And then each newspaper sometimes just have the same news, but put forward in a different way. They choose a different headline to stand out here. Sometimes some of the little information given is not the same, depending on the source that they get it from, right? And then some people have stories and others don't have those stories, right? And I'll laugh into myself while I'm reading from the three newspapers, because that's similar to what I do internationally.
Okay.
Right? I am intelligent enough to understand that what is put forward by different news agencies are put forward for a certain purpose and perspective. So you watch the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, you get news in a certain direction from a certain perspective. You watch Al Jazeera, coming out of Qatar, a leading news agency now, you get news coming from a different perspective. You watch RT News, I tell you how much news channel it have on my phone. You watch RT News coming out of Russia, you get news coming from a different perspective. You watch CNN or NBC, and you get news coming from a totally different perspective. Of course, other major countries and powers, if you want to call it that, have their agencies as well. So somebody introduced me to the Chinese network. I might go to, I forget the name of the Venezuelan news agency as well, according to where I'm trying to find out. And the same way you have to read from all three and then kind of put it together, or that's what you need to do as a person if you are trying to get to the bottom of what actually exists. Because everybody tells a story. Bruce, everybody does tell a story in their own way, according to their perspective. And sometimes they tell a story according to their benefit. That's the reality. And we have to be wise enough to understand that. So, good morning, right? I hear you buzzing, and we have made it our modus operandi to allow people to call in continuously. But I want people to, on their search for truth, on their search for understanding, Bruce, to allow themselves to expand and to seek information from different sources. In my opinion, generally, a lot of what comes from politicians, usually broad brush of politicians. Right? Some people call me a politician at times. Go ahead.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Hey, Manu.
Well, Abu.
Morning, morning, Manu.
You are a politician, you know.
Yeah, just the word, boy.
Politically.
They stain up the word so bad now, you know. They stain up the word so bad. Sometimes people say that and I take offense and then I think about it. I say, right, in it is not a negative.
Take offense because you can't sit on your own perspective alone. Because if I look at you from in the front and somebody look at you in the back, they see two different things, you know.
Yeah, man.
Also, somebody look at the side and see a different person.
Of course, of course.
So you are a politician. And the way you use the politics is a kind of demanding way, like a kind of commanding, like, you know, they take no offense.
No.
Take no offense. You say it in a kind of way that somebody must listen and hear what you're saying.
Right.
As we're talking to, you know, a group of people that belongs to you. Right. But you're talking to a whole lot of people. And people have to listen to what you're saying and how you're trying to say it.
Yeah.
So, brother, enjoy the US emancipation.
Thank
and
you.
have a good
Thank
one.
you very much, man.
And you and your family. I told you to check out your family, put in the priority in King City there.
And I have not done that yet. I haven't done it yet.
Oh, go check them out. You'll find out that is your cousin there, your father, sister, place right there.
All right. Blessings, man.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Happy emancipation.
Blessings, yeah. Bruce?
Yeah. Without doubt, Manu, I feel as though Trinbagonian people are my people. I ain't talking about no specific group alone, you know. I really, really do believe within my heart that Trinbagonian people are my people. When I see somebody down, I just feel it.
Caller, good morning.
Bruce.
Oi, happy emancipation.
Yes, well, good morning to you. Good morning to Mr. Barker. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Happy African Emancipation Day to Trinidad and Tobago. Today is a very proud day in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, as we celebrate African Emancipation Day. And, you know, a lot of people be going out there and others call it the dandan and the garment. You know that, right, Mr. Barker?
Yeah, as you say that, I'm straightening up mine, you know, making it look good.
Bruce, if I tell you something from my heart, I love to hear him, you know. I love to hear him. As a young man, I love to hear him. You hear what I'm telling you about? We always have to try to recognize young people, Bruce, right? True. We have to, right? I want to speak about something. Bruce and Mr. Barker, I saw the licensing officers, of course, in Tobago. Could you tell me what kind of job going on in Tobago right now? They're putting out some kind of head. Oh, God, let me be real now, let me big now. We cannot continue like that. If we need to straighten Trinidad and Tobago, you understand me? We want the best of Trinidad and Tobago. We cannot continue to be like that. You know, we want our own way. No, that is not good at all. You know what I'm telling you about? And one thing before I come out, Bruce, the Paria investigation, right? I'm only listening. You know what I'm telling you about? Yes, the DPP write to the Commissioner of Police, you know, to investigate and see if further action could be taken. But I saw one of the UNC member, I think it was her husband was involved in it also. You understand? Bruce, you see this laughing place we have here? Becoming like a laughing stock right now. Yes, I'm telling you, Bruce. We continue to laugh at each other. Other than that, Mr. Barker, I'm just here and listening to you all, okay?
All right. Yeah, blessings.
Okay, bye-bye.
Blessings. Yeah, and I know we would welcome the greetings for the entire morning. I know people are going out today as well. Those who are journeying to come into Port of Spain to join the parade from maybe far. You know, blessings to you all. Safe journey. At this morning, at this time, it have very little better to do apart from listening to 91.9 than coming and attending the parade, man. Come out if you all can.
Carla, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Baka, good morning.
Morning, brother.
Good morning. And happy African Emancipation Day, because the word African is supposed to mean something to us for the meaning of emancipation. Make us go back to where our ancestors came from to where we are today. So, Mr. Baka, do you believe in this day that we call emancipation?
If I believe in the day, well, I understand what it signifies and represents coming out of chattel slavery. But if you mean in terms of our collective and continued emancipation or fulfilling what being emancipated is, we still on the journey.
Well, yes. Like anything else, if we decide, if it takes us 300 years to finally able to voice our opinion, and it takes a prime minister to come and put a name to the day, because we are probably one of the first countries in the world to acknowledge such a day.
Yes, we are. I've read that. That is our history. We have something to be proud of in that.
We are something towards the world.
Yeah.
Right? That the world has not fully acknowledged and accepted. Yes, especially the European, but you understand the Western world.
Yeah.
Who created it? Their ancestors are yet denying it, free to accept it. Some are and some are not. And the way they accept their created it. Well, so we are giving something new to the world. And I am here, so let me ask you something. Manu pointed out to you that you are also a politician. Well, you have a political party.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, yeah.
So therefore, from your political standpoint, under the People's Partnership, and you watch under this administration, do you see black people made any greater move then or any greater move now?
That's an interesting discussion to have. I think the length of it will necessitate another show and a full show. So it's not a straightforward answer.
Because you see, today I don't put on an African word.
Mm-hmm.
I always have that one.
Right, blessings, man. Nice.
Yeah, because when you watch at my skin tone and watch at your skin tone, any clothes could differentiate that.
Yeah.
That is your identity. I have on my African wear from the time I was born.
Right.
My internal memory, my mind, I could be white, I could be French, I could be Chinese, I could be anything with my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But what my mind had to thought, or what had to thought my mind, I can't. Anyway, they see me, I want to see good before they see my mind.
Mm-hmm. But your characteristics and your behavior and your ideology as well.
That's why we have Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
We made up of three entities.
Yeah, would define you more. It has some people, I always watch, indulge me, there's a skit by Dave Chappelle where he pretends to be the black racist because he's blind and he doesn't know that he hasn't
black.
seen that he's black, that he's Afro, whatever. And he hates African people. And word he using because he don't know better, you know. And somebody identifies him that, you know, because he's blind, you know, your wife is African or whatever, and he say what thing, and he divorced she one time, he get rid of she gone for his shotgun, you know. How it really exemplifies the ignorance
because of the information that he received as a black man. So So let me point out something to you. Yesterday afternoon on this radio station, I heard a group of black men telling me emancipation means nothing. That is waste of time. We ain't together yet.
Right.
We ain't body. Where's our emancipation? Piece of land.
Right.
If you don't understand our history, you will continue to sing that song. It has fallen to this generation. Up to now, we have a group of body. All these people, we have an African party. I tell them I don't know we have an African party.
Yeah.
Dr. Eric Williams, former political party. One of the first members of the political party was a man from my community, was the first Minister of Health. The longest serving minister. You know what's his name?
What's his name? Remind me which one.
Kamal Mohammed.
Yeah, Kamal. Mr. Mohammed.
And he was a Muslim. That is why the UN, that is why the PNM was able to win the election for so many years.
Yeah, they've traditionally sided.
Party.
Yeah.
So PNM is not a black party. It became a black party when they tell themselves when Kamal Mohammed was supposed, when they assumed that he might have been prime minister. That is where the whole thing turned wrong. Where they say now that the PNM is a racist party because they didn't Pandey as a Kamaladdin as prime minister.
Yeah.
And the whole thing turned around now.
Just finish off your point. We appreciate your contribution.
I'm sorry to forget me on the radio. I am sorry.
Yeah. We had to sit down and chat today.
African emancipation all.
Yeah, all right,
same to you, man.
Yeah, blessings. So even if there are people who came and they lobbied and they advocated, the point is the far end of the spectrum that there is nothing to celebrate or whatever because they are advocating for more. We have to understand that, Bruce. Because people advocate for more, because people agitate within this society, don't see that as a negative thing, That is essential for our progression. And I would like to go even further, my mothers and my fathers and my brothers and my sisters in Trinidad and Tobago. When we see our children or anyone else standing up and advocating and agitating for more or better, support that. Because we cannot stay just where we are. It has to be a constant forward progression. For a matter of fact, the evil of the system and those who want to dominate others, it is essential for us to continue to retain and gain more, or else they will take back what is given. I'll give an example. When they removed chattel slavery from us, such an asset we were as human beings, working, building their empires, working, building their wealth, which they have sat on and have been able to multiply over time. When we are coming out of that, you think they won't devise a way to still utilize us? Labor is essential. Labor is no two ways about it. I mean, they're now trying to make robots and thing, and they go in there, mechanization and stuff, and they're taking out the aspect of human element of production. But still, the human being is essential. And therefore, these people who subscribe and who have thrived off of the exploitation and the advantage, taking advantage of other people, looking at them as less, they retain that understanding that is one of the easiest ways to become rich. It is one of the best ways to catapult themselves economically. And they have no heart towards me and Bruce. They may have no heart towards me. For a matter of fact, they have found ways in their own thinking and their own philosophy to justify their actions. No, up to now they will not totally accept what they have done, because if you accept what you do, Bruce, then you have to accept that you should make amends. When you do something wrong and you accept, yeah boy, I really do that wrong, what naturally flows as justice from that is that you must make up. You must pay the price. You must do the time. You must give back. And that is why for so long, hundreds of years after, people are still trying to escape responsibility, trying to shroud it in the fact that it has happened so far and so long ago, trying all kind of things they're trying. But we must continue to advance this position for the African man in Trinidad and Tobago, the wider Caribbean, the wider Americas. People have built their wealth and their empires on our backs. They have dispossessed Africa of a tremendous human resource. So they ain't just owing us who they do the advantage, you know, Bruce. They owing the continent. And then, of course, we would understand. I hope that we understand that the exploitation continues. Our greatest enemy to ourselves, Bruce, is ourselves. If we behave towards each other the way the slave master used to behave, then we are an enemy to ourselves. If we behave the way the colonial master used to behave towards our fellow man, then we become an enemy to ourselves. We don't need black faces in high places, you know. It's not about black faces. You see that ability to identify. When I see Bruce, I see myself. When I saw that man yesterday walking, you know, I don't know if it's drugs, homelessness, you know, whatever situation he's going through, I see myself and I study, boy, what it could take to take this man out of this condition and to bring him back. That is why I think when I see someone celebrate emancipation today and in the full, beautiful, the family, strong, healthy, I just look at these things, you know, when I see a healthy family, Bruce, mother, father, children, you could see that they are nourished, right? Healthy, that I see that and I feel good about that. I feel good about that. And that's what we want. We want that understanding that we are all connected. And that goes beyond the simple continent where we are from or our small differences. It goes beyond towards humanity. Paula,
good morning.
Yes, good morning, Brother Bruce. Good morning, Brother Abu.
Good morning, brother. Morning, blessings.
Right. And good morning to Trinidad and Tobago, and I also say Happy African Emancipation Day.
Right. Since when we saying Happy African Emancipation? Long time? Or just here? This year alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
We Prime Minister fix it up nice and put on the piece of extra something so that we could acknowledge it properly.
Okay.
And, well, I like it. But, you know, I want to give a little swing on the same topic, no, not going too far.
Fire.
In my consciousness, the word emancipation versus the word liberation.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we talk in most cases, we say, boy, we would like to liberate. What is liberation? But then, what is emancipation? And I read in the dictionary, if I'm correct, that emancipation more means when somebody gives you freedom. I think I read the dictionary, I feel I understanding enough, intelligent enough. It's when somebody gives you freedom. But liberation, as far as I understand it, is when you accept it and move on in the form of being liberated. And I like how you put it earlier on that we're still into the process of the emancipation thing. But I think it's time that we actually realize that With all the talk we just want to come together and unite and all kind of thing, I think it's time that we actually form an organized situation and actually realize that we desire to be liberated and not desire again be liberated. We have to take that stand. And I find that word is not built in the African mouth in many respects. And I think it will hamper him from being liberated, keep on going, emancipation, because I think the master was saying we are seeing that we don't understand ourselves yet, you know, by talking about emancipation, because I don't do that already. So we're talking about emancipation, but you liberate yourself over there now. And you see that's the kind of point I want to show.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could be right, but I hope it take root, because what I'm looking to do and to see is that we form, aside from the Black agenda and the Pan-African movement, I'm looking to see that the African in Trinidad especially, for our organization, for himself, together with poor people, I will use the word poor people here because Indian and all have some black people in them, so that we form our organization that we could put people inside of the parliament as a 12 members inside of the parliament out of our organization, so that we will hold what you may call accountability and responsibility towards and against all members that we will vote into to be government. And this is a point I want to draw. I don't want to stay too long again, but I got the privilege to say it, and I say it. So I hope everybody understand what I'm saying between the consensus of the African emancipation there and the liberation. We must come to understand it, to deal with that word they call liberation. So I say thank you, Bruce, thank you, Fuad, and thank you, Trinidad and Tobago. I end with that moment.
Yeah, and thank you very much. You're listening to the teachings of Dr. Mohammed, man. I listened to an interview that he had with Mr. Williams as well, and in terms of advocating and putting across our perspective and our position as a people, there are few that have done better than Dr. David Mohammed, and I want to recognize him. You know, we speak about, and I see in the news they saying, recognize our leaders, past and present. There has been a continual lack of appreciation for African organizations and the leaders of those organizations, especially if they don't toe the line, especially if they advocate for betterment. And that is something we need to really come away from, Bruce. You see this stance where as soon as someone agitates or speaks out or complains against what they think is not correct or 100%, us victimizing them and trying to silence them, we need to stop that. We need to elevate those voices who speak for us as a people. Go ahead, caller. You're on the break?
Caller, we are going to go to the break. So we go into the break and we'll be right back.
The year that triggered the commemoration we witnessed today throughout Trinidad and Tobago, thanking our ancestors for their vigorous fight so we can be free today and our rich African culture. We humbly pay homage. On behalf of the management and staff of the Street 919 FM, we would like to wish you a happy Emancipation Day.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM. As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to the street, 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM.
Shed it live. Greetings and blessing in the name of our wonderful Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia. And we would like to invite you to listen to the Final Hour broadcast every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444.
Please be sure to tune in and prepare to be blessed.
As my life, I lay it on the altar. As my life.
The Street 919 FM mobile app is now live. Keep in the loop with all your favorite programs. Be in the know first and carry us wherever you go. Listen and watch us live at the click of your fingertips. Download our mobile app now. Go in your favorite app store, whether it be Android or Apple, and type in The Street 919 FM.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Tune into the Street 919 FM this and every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. for the program Conscious Talk.
Emancipation cannot be a one-day dress-up in African card event. It has to be a serious process in which resources are provided to our people to ensure they are emancipated. You cannot develop on handouts. That's another form of domination and control. When programs and policies are put in place so that you can develop economically, so that you can become business people, then and only then we can begin to talk about economic development.
Conscious Talk. Talk.
Team Colors of We and Gold Diggers Entertainment presents Cheers to Life 8. Cheers to Life 8.
Boat ride season again, open and up.
The Horns and Halos edition.
Hold on the boat, rockin'.
On Sunday, the 11th of August, aboard the luxurious Sea Champion. We board at 2 p.m. and set sail promptly at 3.
Tell us something we don't know.
Featuring DJ Mustard, Kryptonite Sound, Ever Slick, Juice Store, Studio Guy, and Schematic Sound. For more information, contact 277-8740, 732-0786, and 347-7867. Tickets are $200. Powered by K2K and IWER Cuisine. Sunday, the 11th of August. Cheers to Life 8, The Horns and Halos edition.
absence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Is the heat getting to you? Is your air conditioner not keeping up? Is your home turning into a sauna? Don't sweat it. It's time to call Coolworks Air Condition Service. Fast, reliable, and affordable. Coolworks Air Condition Service guarantees satisfaction with top-notch expertise and friendly service. We specialize in fast, reliable, and affordable air conditioning solutions. Whether it's sales, installation, repair, or maintenance, Marlon and his team are the experts you can trust. Call us today at 343-4073 for more information and to schedule your service. Coolworks Air Conditioning Service. Cool enough for your comfort.
We've done it again. Check out these amazing deals just for you. Always a better deal at Better Deal Supermarket. Come on down today. Don't forget to ask about our amazing in-store shopping competitions. We've always got something going on. Always aiming to please, and we never do anything less. Lots more in-store just for you. It's always a better deal. Lamppost number 50, Diet Street, Canopia. Better Deal Supermarket.
United together, come together, stronger together, unite together, united together, come together, stronger together, unite together, united together, come together, stronger together, unite together, united together, come together, stronger together. Emancipate yourself from all of the mental slavery. Emancipate yourself from all the bad mind and envy. Africans must love each other. Help one another, pray for each other. Emancipate yourself from all of the mental slavery. Emancipate yourself from all the bad mind and envy. Africans must love each other, help one another, pray for each other. Tell my people gather together, together. When Africans gather together, together, become more stronger, and we will have the victory. We will have the victory. When Africans gather together, together. When Africans gather together, together, we become more stronger, and we will have the victory. We will have the victory. Let us stop killing each other, each other. Respect and love one another, one another. Uplift and help out each other, and rebuild our families, rebuild our families. Let us stop killing each other, each other. Respect and love one another, one another. Uplift and help out each other, and rebuild our community, rebuild our communities. Emancipate yourself from all of the mental slavery. Emancipate yourself from all the bad mind and envy. Africans must love each other, help one another, pray for each other. Emancipate yourself from all of the mental slavery. Emancipate yourself from all the bad mind and envy. Africans must love each other, help one another, pray for each other.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Welcome back on the inside. Just a bit of information for you know it's that time. So, calling all girls aged 13 to 18 years of Tobago who are dreamers, daring doers, and future leaders. The First Citizens Girls First Festival is back on Sunday the 4th of August at the Magdalena Grand in Tobago. Join us for a day filled with workshops, networking opportunities, and a career fair that will help you gain the skills and confidence to break barriers. Tickets are $125 per person. Visit firstcitizensgroup.com for more details or to register. Registration can also be completed at any First Citizens Tobago branch. Stay updated by following us at FC Girls First. Don't miss out on this life-changing experience. See you there. First Citizens, we put you first. Is the heat getting to you? Is your air conditioner not keeping up? Is your home turning into a sauna? Don't sweat it. It's time to call Coolworks Air Condition Service. Fast, reliable, and affordable. Coolworks Air Condition Service guarantees satisfaction with top-notch expertise and friendly service. We specialize in fast, reliable, and affordable air conditioning solutions. Whether it's sales, installation, repair, or maintenance, Marlon and his team are the experts you can trust. Call us today at 343-4073 for more information and to schedule your service. Coolworks Air Conditioning Service, cool enough for comfort. Hey Tobago, upgrade your home with the Flow Link Up Plus bundle. Unrivaled speeds of up to 300 megabytes, unmatched access to 112 channels, and unbeatable streaming options. All for an unbelievable price of $310.95. Join the winning team today. Flow, unrivaled, unmatched, unbeatable. Come enjoy. Okay, this right. The Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago presents the 2024 Pan-African Festival TNT, commemorating emancipation, the greatest celebration of Africa outside of Africa. Come celebrate 186 years of emancipation at the Lij Yasu Omawale Emancipation Village, Queen's Park, Savannah, with a full week of activities. There's something for everyone, from pan lovers and the art enthusiasts to foodies, music lovers, and children. It's a family affair you won't want to miss. Big Mike and Little Mike are your dynamic duo sharing their passion for a healthier lifestyle. Big Mike, a naturopathic doctor, brings to you the latest trends in supplementation nutrition to bring you from zero health to optimum health using different protocols and techniques, while Little Mike, our health specialist, dives into the secrets of holistic health and mindfulness, placing strategic emphasis on unique and modern wellness methods. Whether you're a fitness fanatic or just embarking on your wellness journey, these guys have got you covered. So grab a smoothie, kick back, and join the conversation. It's Health Talk with Big Mike and Little Mike every Wednesday at 10:05 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. only on the Street 919 FM. The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plagues us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death. which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain. Telephone number 736-3962. Every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on the street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe. So that's it, guys, as we get back into our conversations. Don't forget here. Yeah, you get accustomed to it, eh?
I leave in my headphones off.
You'll get accustomed to it, man, don't worry.
Yeah.
So, guys, as usual, we have the lines open for you. You can call us at 3420081 and 466-5391.
Quote of the day. I want to quote from Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture, the great, and in recognition of our leaders, our Pan-Africanists, our fighters for liberation. So let me take maybe two of his quotes. And the first one is, organize, organize, organize. It is not enough for us to just speak about African emancipation. You know, they add African to it, okay. We must organize ourselves. We must work together. And then I go on to another quote that he has given us. Racism is not a question of attitude. It is a question of power. So we must be conscious. We must understand where we are in terms of our power as a people, as individuals, as a family. We must understand our power, and then we must also understand our power or the lack thereof, or where we are in that power structure as a people. And if we can identify where we are and accept it as in just realize and internalize. I'm not saying be content with that position. Then we can take those steps to organize and to move forward. Again, I say, and I'm not sure who that quote comes from, you know, but in going over the American politics and certain things that are going on, I saw it came up in terms of we don't need black faces in high places, you know. We don't need just faces. As the caller before was talking about the political landscape of Trinidad and Tobago and one of our major parties, you had that Afro leader, but then you had other elements within that organization who would have been emancipated tremendously. Financially as well. If you look towards that community in Trinidad and Tobago, although it is a bit small, about maybe 7-8% of the population, I think, somewhere around there. My East Indian Muslim brothers, right, respect to you all. If you look at what they have been able to achieve economically, they are movers and shakers economically in Trinidad. And it is no coincidence that they had such an influential role in government and such an influential flow of opportunity that would have presented itself to them, that they would have been able to extract. So we must organize, organize, organize. My mothers and fathers, my brothers and sisters in Trinidad and Tobago, do not just be content. Understand where we are and let us work together to move forward. Go ahead, caller. I see the there's messages too.
No, it buzz and
it buzz and then come. Yeah. Right. Let us organize ourselves. It is not enough to have black faces in high places.
Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning, sir.
Morning, Chief. What's going on?
Everything all right? Everything all right with you?
Yeah, man.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Abubakar, sir.
Morning. Blessings, brother.
Right, man. Everything cool with you too. Nothing. I mean, good or what?
Well, that's a kind of question there. Everything cool. I mean, the weather cool. But everything ain't cool. Everything ain't cool, but we working.
Everything in order then. Everything in order.
No, everything not in order, but we working. We working towards it. And we reflecting today. While we celebrating, we reflecting and we planning. We planning. And we working. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. Let me do style chat.
I just want to say good morning and happy African Emancipation Day.
Right.
To everyone, for the Africans around the world. Right? So, China and America especially. And Bruce, I ain't taking much time, but I just want to quote two things from two songs, which is one coming from Gypsy, where he said, there's the song, "Don't free my hands and leave my mind in chain."
Mm-hmm.
And also from Bob Marley, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but yourself can free your mind." And that speaks for itself, but I don't want to continue because I'm not a preacher. Have a blessed day.
You preached this morning, though.
Yeah, man.
You preached.
Caller, good morning. Hello, morning. Not there.
Yeah, lost that one.
Next one here. Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning. You're not ready. Caller, good morning.
Good morning again, gentlemen.
Morning.
You see, maybe it's my time. That just shows, you see them two phone call Bruce Wayne missed day? That says, what is for you
is for you.
Is for you. So let me explain you something. After looking up, you see how the Muslim, as I outlined to you, Kamaluddin Muhammad was a Muslim. One of the largest entity in my community was a muffler shop.
Mm-hmm.
Sell bricks pad. They eventually ended up with Carry Dock.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they eventually passed it on me. I don't know how it go. The state ended back with it.
Yeah.
So it acquire wealth. And wealth, when money talks, everybody else gets quiet.
I thought you was going to tell me about the BS. When money talks, BS walks. But go ahead.
When money talks, nobody else says nothing.
Right, okay.
Because my money dictates where the direction and where it's going. If you don't have it, that's why we just say that politicians have finances. Well, the finances determine the economic movements of the economy if once they're in control of that. Because they create the government, find a way to get money to give to the citizens, and they find a way for you to spend it.
Yeah.
It's economics. But in Trinidad and Tobago, my problem is with black people, we cannot trust each other, brother. So when you make a statement, we can't watch black faces in high places. I keep telling them, I didn't vote for a black government. I didn't vote for Dr. Rowley because of his race. I didn't vote for the PLM. I grew up in a house where everybody just say, first time when you reach 18, you're going and vote for the PLM. And when I go, I didn't vote for nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I was a right in my house from the start. So I sit down for 10 years and observe for myself what was going on, and then when I see my country reaching a critical state, I determined to vote.
Yeah.
I made a choice based on what I see and what I receive, not from nobody, you know, based on the action that was created by who was in office, determines my economic, how I progress in society, because every other person doing it, all these Indians doing it. And they cry more than everybody else. They claim victimization from the PNM because of their race. But they have most of the wealth. More than us. And so how them do it under pressure? And how we can do it? And they say, and here we're going on. We were in some of the most strategic jobs at one time because we were the highest educated section of the population at one time.
Yes.
And what happened? So that organization that you're talking about, I see several come. And we keep throwing money behind it, and then we end up with is a sort of, we all smarten each other. So at the end of the day, we trust in our political party, and they say that we is a black party. But we don't have a choice. Everybody else outsmart us. Let me explain you something. I hear Brother Mohammed some morning come and say, you know, they lock up. You remember this man that we brought back from Barbados? That the police service brought back from Barbados because he have some gun matter, and they believe that when he reached Barbados, he was going somewhere else. The
So
man
they say
said
Thomas,
that the brother said that the two political parties making noise about this white man. I don't hear that. Brother Mohammed, I don't hear that. When I listen, I hear on this radio station a group of black brothers arguing for that same man. So we are not the same. We are tied. When people come to talk here, there are people listening. And for black brothers giving information to black brothers, we have to be correct in what we're saying.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Because we keep going down the road and fooling each other.
Yeah. Like we don't fool each other at all. Let us try to be as honest as possible.
We can't join, we can't create nothing if we outsmart. I put my money with a grocery. Anybody ask me anyone with grocery with money?
You put money with the grocery and you lost.
Man tell me put my money, we get a card, and we open a supermarket with a piece of land in Bataria. And a million man march. We supposed to have a body in the parliament long time. Indian people give you a Baptist day. With that carry. They get Baptist Barbara book. They didn't get the Baptist Association. All you wake up now, man, and go on. You must make yourself and your mind first.
Your mind, for sure. Yeah.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Baka boy.
Good morning, brother.
Bless. Yeah, boy, bless, boy. Yeah, boy. You touched my heart this morning and the other day when I was debating here with my boy, you know.
Yeah, my brother here,
Yeah,
my brother Bruce, man.
Yeah, I know Bruce there. Morning, Bruce.
Morning.
As the song say now, boy, we are a free mind.
Yeah.
The Massa Day, you know, right or wrong, you know. We brothers and sisters got Massa, you know, and protect them, you know.
Yeah.
Pick up their money with the brings van and thing, you know, from their own business, you know.
Yeah.
If a man had to go and rob the brings van, is one of we brothers here to shoot down. Then one of we brothers had to run down for the Massa money.
Yeah.
Saying down in the white, saying down in the boat or the yacht. When the Massa drive wrong with the 10-year-old son, he could show them the plantation. That look son, you own that building, you own this one, eh? Drive down into the building over the highway. All in town, you own that building, you already are multi-billionaire. When we children, we don't say that. Be glad to have life in the morning.
Yeah.
Thank God for life. But what's going on?
We have work.
Government put our work in their hand.
We have work to do. We have work to do. We have work to do.
Plenty back up, but brother,
Yeah.
plenty boy.
We have work to
Especially
do.
you and David Mohammed for the East West Corridor, brother boy.
We
I'm
have
shaking this morning, boy. I was supposed to hear the contribution that man now make there, boy.
we have work.
Crying down the African people. Yeah.
Yeah, we have work to do. I don't want to say that is what he's just. I know he's pinpointing something, and I understand.
I can't. I don't want to go on the country, Sean, but how the man crying down African people right through, so boy. And it's the face that in the office, boy. But if I could call you, right, and sanction you for talking on the radio, right? What power you have to talk? If certain people could call the Prime Minister home by them and thinking, what power this man have over the African people through the face that people they are just saying, Dr. David Mohammed say, boy, you just have face there by oppressing the African people on the plantation. And clear and clear, right? The present danger for the African people is the PLM and the 1%. Thank you, boy, brother, boy. God bless you, boy. Allah bless you, boy. You're shaking this morning, boy. Thank you, David Mohammed, Dr. David Mohammed. Yeah, bless you. Right?
God bless, brother. We'll take another call.
Caller, good morning.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's nice that Fuad, you're back.
I hear, man, I hear. Go ahead.
Good. And I'm here too. Let's understand something, right? Whatever you focus on in life, you create an abundance of it into your life. And if the African continue to say things about the African, as the gentleman was pointing out,
yeah,
that is demeaning and stuff like that, you will create an abundance of that into your life. If a man is in a relationship with a woman and he is telling himself, well, I always have to ask her where she's going, I always have to call, and always have to monitor her, eventually she's going to realize that you do not trust her.
Yeah.
We have to be very careful about what we're saying about one another. Some people believe that by saying, I can't trust the African, right? Like, that is supposed to be something meaningful. The reality that will come about with that is that neither one of us will trust one another.
Yeah.
But let me get to this here. I heard him also say that when money talks, everybody is silent. You see, this is the problem. Nobody really have a money problem. Everybody have a mentality problem. So when he come and talk that kakada about how when money talk, everybody's silent. If the people would realize that they have a God-given right to ensure that everybody's right is inextricably tied to each other,
yeah,
and that when one right is violated, you violate the rights of each other, they will speak up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why people are afraid to call it like they want to call it down, you know. Right?
Yeah.
We have communities where the African exists predominantly, and these are some of the richest communities. I keep saying already, if people steal millions of dollars, they're not rich. They are scams. The 7 richest so-called nations, I asked you already, where Elizabeth get all that gold from?
Yeah.
That they have in the vaults.
Yeah.
It have no gold around them. The crown with all the gold and everything, where she got that from?
And all the diamonds.
But you have a bunch of people, and so you have a lot of people who want to sit down and acknowledge, and this is what happens. He who know the history and have the information, they can manipulate the information how they want to and feed it to the population. So in the universities, they're telling you that the 7 richest countries is this country and that country and the other country.
Yeah.
When in truth and in fact, them the 7 biggest gaps. And the people could read, but they're not learning how to reason.
Correct.
Okay?
Yeah, I appreciate the contribution, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me get to this point here now.
Yeah.
The last time I called and asked, how you expect the children and them? If there was 5, and now they're 25, and they see no economic stimulus, vagrants and all kind of stuff, how you expect them to be? And if the adults was 15, and now they're 35, 20 years after, how you expect them to be? If they're not getting clean water in the tap. But nobody don't want to discuss that, right? Why we don't discuss that? Because the communities where the African is, right? If you're not economically and psychologically free, how are you going to be emancipated? And if you're not economically and psychologically free, it means that whoever is your boss, you're not going to speak up and make representation. And the problem is that we do not have a money problem. We have a mentality problem. Because, yes, all the money that they want to commit, okay? If we don't have the right mentality, everything is going to fall apart.
Yeah.
So let us talk about our communities and why it is that when you're going to buy a piece of property right now in any one of these communities, the valuator is not going to come. And if they're going to come, they want you to pay them 100% more than how much you're supposed to pay. So a simple property for $1 million If you had to pay $7,000, you have to pay $14,000 to get it valued. And then when you go to the next stage, because you get the valuation and you go to TTMF, right? Or to the bank, based upon the valuation report, is going to say, oh, there is crime in the community and all this kind of stuff. And then the banker is going to say, you're not going to get a 10%. We want to secure the transaction, so we want you to come with 20%. So it was $100,000. You're now looking to see if you could do something for your family. And it was $100,000 down payment. So you save up all your money. You just have to pay twice as much. Okay? Mm-hmm. Twice as much. And now, when after you get to the valuation, the bank are going to turn around and say, well, you can't do it for 10%. We want to secure the risk in it. Come with 20%. So now we have to come with $200,000. And if you just want to bring that back to a $400,000 transaction, at $400,000, 10% is $40,000, or they will tell the person, you have to bring now $80,000. So what is going to happen to all the properties in those communities? They're not going to be able to stimulate, and money is a cycling thing.
Yeah.
How is that going to happen? So they're going to stay stagnated, and this is what they want the African to be in. Why they're not fixing it the way how it's supposed to be fixed?
Yeah.
But you have to look at Woodbrook. On the avenue, you cannot even vend side street vending or pavement vending.
Yeah.
Or they want to deal with it, then we talk about that. Because this is where the African who is the most special, you will never hear me say anything bad about the African. And I want to tell you something, eh? You can't be no African American. You cannot belong to two continents at the same time. Okay?
It's just a description probably of where you reside at the time. Thank you very much, caller. Yeah.
Love in the house.
All right, love in the house. And you jog my mind on certain things as well after the call.
Caller, good morning.
Pleasant morning to you.
Morning.
Abu Bakr, pleasant morning.
Pleasant morning, man. Blessing. I hear the cock crowing, man. Pleasant morning to him as well.
Yeah, and he read it? He read.
Right.
And he big, but he has some age to it.
All right.
That's why he's still there.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I don't hear listening. And I hear so much people talking. No, they bring a quote every morning. Here my quote for this morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how much money you get when you work. It's what you do with the money when you get what you get.
Right. For sure. Very important.
Yes. No, we had a Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I think it was.
Yeah. And the
how that started, how that grew.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the same man talking about $100. It's the same people from the same place, from the same plantation, who get themselves together and decide, well, look here, we ain't any money over there again. We keep any money here. We need to know nothing by so again. We come in here and eat bacon and salt fish. Or if it's bacon or bacon butter, we come in here and eat it. And the money didn't go because it's not how much money they get, it's what they do with the money when they get the money. They don't take the money and take it back over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, man. Thank you for that quote as well. For me, it is both. For me, it's how much money you get and what you do with the money. I ain't playing that at all. So on both ends, we need to make some changes. How much money we get, we need to make some changes. And also, what we do with our money as well. My brothers and sisters in the communities, buy things that could build. Buy some shovel, buy some gravel, buy some cement, buy some goods to sell, and let us involve ourselves in more trade. More trade than other trades.
Right here.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, caller.
No, that's not one more.
Go ahead, make your point.
I'm watching a situation growing. And it's in 1975, I find myself in hot water with it. This old man, he was talking, about Sherry was talking. Now he now looking to get old age grant. No, he didn't get no national insurance. No, he was a construction worker, mason. And he showed me where looking with all different construction firm that he worked with. They're not small construction firm, a big one.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't pay no national insurance for but the money was coming out from he pay.
Yeah.
But no money paid to the National Insurance Board. Right? I know it was next one now telling me yesterday.
That is the good citizens. That is the good citizens at Trinidad and Tobago does do that. Big company wherever. You know Sparrow, good citizens, right? You know that
company,
song?
But they have people like me and you.
Scampish ways.
Yes, exactly. Like another man was working in a big hotel in the accounts department, but he had a pose. Guys phoning the money. And the auditor said, wait, where is money going? I get into different, you know what, they bring a little black fella. They say, well, look, but he know nothing, he go find out nothing. Yeah, bring the black, but the fella was always head. And now for now, you come on the show and look, hey, this man typhoed any money and put it in this bank here. You know what they do? They call the security to escort the fella off the compound. I'm talking about the little black fella, the computer with head, where they bring to find out what problem they have in the computer.
Right.
They escort you off and you know what they do with the man? An ex-big man, brother, you know.
All right, thank you very much for the for the real life examples, man. I appreciate it. Blessings to you, man.
Not how much money you work for, it's what you do with the money,
what you do with
you
it.
get the money.
All right, I saying it's both. It's how much you work for and what you do with it. So both we need to work on. Thank you very much, my brother.
Good. Thank you much for listening.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Yeah, we need on both ends to ensure that it becomes better. How much we work for, we work towards making that improve, and also what we do with what we work for. We have to understand that labor is what we trade. Our time is what we trade for money. And if the price of goods and services increase, the value of our time is what is being decreased, because our time could purchase less, and time is finite. Is not infinite, it is limited, it is finite. So Bruce only has so much mornings, you know. Bruce only has so much evenings in his life. And if our time and our energy and our efforts are what we trade for the currency or whatever fiat money, whatever we using to purchase goods and services, we have to be very mindful of what we are remunerated for our time. And we have to be very careful what we say to our society in terms of what their time is valued, because we have to respect time is life. We have to respect everybody's time and everybody's life. I respect Bruce 2 hours, 3 hours here this morning. And I hope all they respect my efforts here this morning as well. And I respect the garbage man 5 hours this morning. How long they route this take, Bruce, you know? Right? I respect them who cut in the lawn and the whatever this early morning. I see some security officers walking this early morning. You see the taxi and the maxi drivers, some of them ain't come out. But I respect these people's time. And I respect their life, because their time is the life that they have. And they trade that for whatever currency to be able to buy and to purchase what they need. And we need a system that respects everybody, everybody's life, everybody's time. As Dr. David Mohammed said, this society cannot just with its finite amount of resources and wealth, it cannot supplement, it cannot take the amount of greed that exists. Understand what I'm saying economically, Bruce? If it have a limited pie, Bruce, because in every system is a limited amount, right?
Yeah.
We cannot sustain one man eating half of the pie and 99 others having to share half alone. Especially if the pie a little smaller, because sometimes the pie does contract, Bruce. So they say we're in a position where the pie has contracted. We could only sustain so much greed. And greed is contrary to what we want within the society. I think, maybe. Go ahead, caller.
Caller, good morning.
Hey, morning, Bruce.
Hey,
morning, brother.
Morning.
What's up? Happy African emancipation to everybody. I kind of just joined the topic, so interesting. Basically, you're speaking about what the survival is. What's up?
We're speaking about emancipation, if you want to say that. We're speaking about liberation.
Nice, man.
Right? Go ahead.
Part of it, there's an idea I wanted to push out there. My idea of liberation and emancipation for the black people is that we should go back on the estates. I wish Dr. Rowley listened to your program. That is sign over the estates at our age group now. The earlier age groups are being taken care of in terms of the availability of the development of the, of skills and, academics and whatever, and all the skills and intelligence that is needed to run a society. But it's about 40 to 60 age group who starting to be grandparents and things. You realize for some comments have a nice agricultural program going. So my idea is for us to go back on the plantations, but for us. Because the power of all the people out there, all the white slave masters, all those Europeans, everybody, the power of it, what they use us to do was to develop agriculture, was to develop food. That's what had them powerful. That's embedded in the history that, the slave plantation. But we have to go back on the plantations. But for us now, you understand? Now people is saying, we have to unite. Everything is money. Yeah. Money, if people do the research on money, all you realize that we could kind of like survive without it. It is not the basis of our survival. All you worshiping, we sometimes with that call for money, we be worshiping that eye in the pyramid in the US dollar. Find out what our eye in the pyramid is. On our money, it have 3 ships that slaughtered and brutally, bitterly kill out natives in any land that they rob, rape, chop up, kill.
It's still
murder.
there, boy?
On our money. Yes, the 3 ships not on it still.
First, I don't even watch it. I just take it and
well,
use
this is
it
what I'm trying to say. So the idea now, I know we need money to survive in this Zionist system, in this dread system. Yes, I understand that. But when you really check it out, when you're doing the other things, when you bring things that help humanity survive, that's what the fallen angels did, what we just do to survive, they took money in between and make we feel that we ain't have to do what we need to survive and we need the money, which is that is why them powerful. So my idea for emancipation for Trinidad and Tobago is for us to go back on the damn plantation, but for us, it's about 40 to 60 age group, very mature. The same kind of program it have for supplements given to the youth people. I find it should take the government either buy back or take back some of the plantations, and anybody who wants a 2 acre to go and plant with a family or whatever, we should be able to apply for it and go for it and take it up, if you understand. If you ain't producing, get the hell off the land, let somebody else get a chance. But I find it should be imperative now that we return to the plantations for us. Anything else, we fantasizing. Because if Dr. Rowley started do like what Gaddafi was doing, what Saddam Hussein was doing, they is going to bomb out a blasted country. I hate to hear people with this. He had to sneak it on them. Because anytime you see you, let me tell you why they killed Gaddafi. Them Burger King people who was protesting with the CNN, they're showing like what they're showing in Venezuela now. They have a portion of US brainwashed people was in Libya. Them is the ones who was protesting. Gaddafi was helping black people. And he was going to trade in gold, and they kill him, and they make the traitors, like how we have traitors against Dr. Rowley in this country. They make the traitors in that country who they know Gaddafi was going to help black people murder him. You understand? Those who didn't want the development of the majority of black, the fighters for Gaddafi was plenty black people, you know, Brother Baka. You know that, right?
Yeah, man, yeah.
Okay. Well, here now is the same thing that happening with us. Anybody who going to assist black people, they will make you vilified. So people in closing, I'm sorry to rant so much, we need to go back on the plantation. Let Dr. Rowley, all who want 2 acres to go and plant, all black people, and head back on the plantation and develop your family, planting agriculture, and watch and only go see what power is. Thank you very much.
There is definite power in the land. And if you do not have land at this point in time, then make efforts to secure some land for yourself and your family. There is absolute power in being able to provide food and to work towards creating that agricultural strength for yourself and for your community. So 100% I endorse that call. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Oh my God, sorry. Good morning, Batman.
Good morning, sweetie. How are you doing?
Well, I listening, and that caller was right about the plantation. But mainly, I'm calling to wish everybody happy emancipation. Bruce, you know, sometimes I don't know where I fit. Sitting in society. You want to know why?
Why?
My grandmother is African, my grandfather is Indian, and my mother is Spanish. But I love everybody. I know when I tell you I love you, people just get the wrong impression, eh? From the callers after.
I ain't getting no wrong impression at all. I could hear it in your voice, is love.
I love everybody. Because I'm a mixed breed. Look, I know about back, eh? I remember he used to work with me at, I'll just call the name of the company, Merlin Genuine Spare Parts Limited.
Right.
One pretty African girl, and she never stopped talking how much she loved this Baka son. But I say no more. I won't call her name, but Mr. Baka, keep up the good works and be a model to each and every one. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Right. Love you.
Yeah, love. Have a blessed day. You see, when you say go back to the plantation, you just have to be careful. Sometimes it emotes certain in me because of my research of history. But we have to go back to the land. There's an immense opportunity in the provision of food, the security and independence that you get when you own your space. And when you are able to produce, you can't eat the Nina, the Penta, and the Santa Maria, you know. I don't even watch the money so much. Or it coming so quick and going so quick you don't get a chance to watch it properly. I forget it at the Nina, the Penta, and the Santa Maria on it. Nonsense.
Good morning. Hey, listen, it's that fellow talk there about the Asian land. I endorse that so much because right now I feel like I need, when they give you a house, you can't plant a mango tree on the land. When you plant a mango tree, it's hanging over your neighbor, the neighbor won't cut down the mango tree. I want a place that I could plant some food, plant some cassava, plant some peas, plant some dashing and all kind of things. I right now want that.
Some
if
fruit
I can
trees.
get that 2 acres, when I hear they say from how much you're 35 years old, I find that a waste of time. Because I want to plant this 35 years, I want to plant nothing. Maybe you want a piece of land to build a house for children and all kind of things. I need a piece of land myself to go and plant.
Well, it's not a waste of time, but you want a piece too. Don't say you want the program extended, which I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, We need a piece of land because I want to plant some cassava and dasheen and peas and whatever, and orange and cocoa.
Walk down the road and see if you see God land somewhere and plant something, man. See if you see God land somewhere and plant something.
My complexion will kick me off so fast.
Not somebody else land where they pay for and they think whatever, but if you see some piece of God land somewhere, go and stick something there and plant 2 trees. I want to say thank you to my father and to my mother and to all of those ancestors.
Thank you for everybody who talk about that.
Yeah, man.
We want land for over 40 and still we could do something too.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you to those who have gone before me, Bruce, for the trees that they have planted. You know what I'm telling you? I want to say thank you to my mothers and my fathers, not just my mother and my father, to the elders, to those before us who have planted the seeds that have now grown into trees, which I eat from. And I want to say that we must as well plant, not just literally, but literally as well, but metaphorically as well. My generation and those who are coming younger than us, we must now work. Let us work towards creating a better future, present and future. This is our time, and give us that space, please, our parents, and give us that space and that guidance, but that space to do what we need to do for our lives and for the lives of our children to come. Go ahead, caller. You have our next one. Eh? And I hear it buzzing. Yeah.
This one is buzzing.
Let us understand what this emancipation is. I was beyond the parade, Bruce, and music has resonated with us as human beings and African people as well. We have all human beings, but that tempo and that music and that drum and certain things resonate in us. And I walk in and I listening to our brother Resistance. May God bless him and grant him, you know, the good of the next life. And I listening to him, and he given us a chant that is so important. We ain't taking that so. The people ain't taking that. We ain't taking that so. The people ain't taking that. They wake up in the morning and there's more frustration. We can't take that. And his song is rooted in defiance of what is wrong and what is negative towards us. And it is rooted in a fight for liberation. We have become too comfortable. We see in black faces in high places and we think it is done. And while we think it is done, it is being done to us. Everything that we have built as a foundation we have suffered for is being undermined under us. And we have nothing to stand on, and we're looking up at black faces in high places. And it is being taken out from under us. It is not enough. We don't want cosmetic consciousness. We don't want that. Wake up. Maybe it is better for us if we have leadership of a different hue. Maybe then we go recognize that we had to work harder. And we have to lobby harder. And we have to advocate stronger. And we have to demand and fight. The fight does not finish. Whatever you're able to attain, whatever freedom you're able to attain from the wicked, you have to retain it. You have to keep it. Don't feel because you fight and you get something, it's done, you know. Don't feel this is not an eternal struggle, you know. Don't let people rock you to sleep. I'm not rocking to no sleep. Let we rock to brother resistance and continue the resistance and not think that it is a historical lesson that we're talking about that has already been achieved. While our feet, while the soil from underneath our feet is being undermined, while we move from a position of strength and emancipation, greater strength and emancipation, not full, to a weaker position continuously. is a closing statement, man. I take it as a closing statement because the ticker coming up there, man. So let us understand where we are. Let us be conscious. Let us not be too comfortable. And let us continue to strive and struggle to move forward as a people. All of us collectively. Right? So, respect. Bruce, I said before, but happy emancipation and Trinidad and Tobago. Blessings, African emancipation.
1938 is the year that triggered the commemoration we witness today throughout Trinidad and Tobago, thanking our ancestors for their vigorous fight so we can be free today and our rich African culture. We humbly pay homage. On behalf of the management and staff of the Street 919 FM, we would like to wish you a happy Emancipation Day.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
As we transition into summer, we